Hello and welcome to another Bloobcast Blooblet. Quite soon after our first one. We weren't expecting to do another one so soon after the first one, but a couple of days ago at the time of recording this, the insane cast for the new Mario movie that's coming out was announced, and we thought it'd be fun to discuss it.
Oh, mamma mia.
Those who have been living in a pipe and are yet to come out like a piranha plant. You see, I know Mario, I know video games. The big one I think is that it's Chris Pratt, who is Super Mario. We all know Chris Pratt from Parks and Rec and later on Guardians of the Galaxy, and I guess
And
his
Jurassic World.
voice acting.
Oh, yeah.
Jurassic World, and I guess his voice acting credit is the Lego Movie, where he plays the most bland, boring character, literally as a joke on it being like the most boring character, like the construction worker figure. And they apparently thought, yeah, that bland American guy with the bland American voice, let's get him to do Super Mario, a famously bland character who doesn't have any interesting way of speaking ever.
Do you not like Chris Pratt?
Yeah, I think so. I missed the initial announcement due to having an all-sleep schedule because the Nintendo Direct they announced it was like 11 p.m. I'm in bed by 10 p.m. normally because I'd work in the morning or during the week. But yeah, I woke up, I saw messages in like group chats I had, including the blue one, talking about the cast. I think the big one that kept getting singled out was Jack Black as Bowser, which I thought was great casting. I heard more about it.
Yes.
Chris Pratt as Mario, which is intriguing. Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia as Luigi, that's great. And Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong's perfect. And my first thought was, okay, this is a pretty cool cast that they've assembled. This could be great. And then I remembered who's making this movie.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, it's been produced by Illumination, the studio behind such cinematic masterpieces as Minions, Despicable Me, The Secret Life of Pets, and Sing. I don't know, but I think you guys share this opinion, but I cannot stand any of the movies they make.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that's somewhat watchable is the first Despicable Me. And why I don't like their movies, they are made as cheaply as possible, and they are nothing more than means to keep children quiet for an hour and a half and then sell loads of merchandise. Everything they made was solid and bland, which is the worst kind of movie, and that makes me a bit nervous about this movie. But at least it's not Minions, because no one likes Minions other than kids and creamy middle-aged mums who share Minion memes on Facebook.
I mean, my sort of counter-argument, I don't know if it's a great one, to be honest, because Illumination does not have a good track record at all, but their comparison could be made with Sony Pictures Animation, which also made the Emoji Movie, but then went on to make Spider-Verse. So they actually did jump from, like, this film, as you described, Rob, like, you know, something that keeps kids quiet for an hour and a half or whatever. But then they went on to make this, like, literal revolutionary piece of art that has never been done before and is like a labour of love. And so that's also a possibility that, you know, I think, you know,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but I think that company's only done 2 movies so far that I'm aware of. So Emoji Movie and Spider-Verse. Illumination's done like 10 movies. They've all been mediocre. And this is something my brother told me. He said he's betting money that this movie ends with a dance number to some pop song from 2017.
But one thing we can all probably agree on, though, this movie, we cannot begin to imagine the amount of memes and posting that this one movie alone is probably going to, like, bring about. Because, like, the Sonic movie, literally, just from the trailers alone, has brought back, like, it just brought rise to so many new, like, posts and memes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and then this new casting, we haven't even got footage of the movie, and there's already, like, hundreds of memes across Twitter about, like, this casting. And they're all just, like, putting random, like, actors in, saying, like, oh, I can't believe this actor's in this movie, or whatever.
I think
or, like, doing, like, stuff like Smash Bros. Casting and stuff.
Yeah.
We've been robbed, though, because I saw someone suggest that because they have Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, someone suggested that it should have been Charlie Day as Luigi and then Danny DeVito as Mario.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh my god! Why didn't I think of that? That would have been perfect.
now I'm annoyed. You know, like, wow. And the hilarious thing was that Danny DeVito was floated to play Mario back in the 1993 film. So that tells you how long his career's been going. That people are still suggesting him for Mario. But yeah, wow.
Charles Martinet's coming back though, which I'm happy about. The voice actor of Super Mario, and he is pretty cool. He's a very cool voice actor. He's one of my favourite voice actors, and he's
just one of the longest going, you know.
Yeah, so I'm happy that they've got him involved still. Preferably, he should.
Yeah, well, that's what I find odd though.
Why is he not voicing?
Was he not Mario?
Why
Why
not
could
just
he?
cast him?
Yeah,
as Mario,
That's a good
because he's the
point.
voice of Mario.
Yeah.
It's like Euan was saying about Chris Pratt being like a kind of like the bland voice for Mario. That kind of sums up just Illumination, just a repertoire of just bland movies. Like not even like so bad they're good movies, just bland, keep your kids quiet for an hour and a half kind of movies.
Yeah, this is the thing. I rewatched the Super Mario Brothers film that I just mentioned, starring Bob Hoskins and Dennis Hopper.
And John
it's-
Leguizamo.
Look at this. It's a plumber's nightmare. These pipes haven't been serviced for years.
Must have been a non-union job.
Yeah, it's a glorious train wreck. It actually works. Like rewatching it's not as bad as its reputation. Like people talk about it being like a huge like dumpster fire of a film that just everything went wrong. Everything did go wrong, but in terms of like the actual film, like once you watch it, like it's not the bright, colorful Mario that we're all familiar with, but it works as a film. It's a very strange beast. And I think my problem with Illumination is that we're not going to see that same anarchic nonsense that the original film had with Illumination, because they always play it safe. Like every project they do is just the safest project they could do. Like, you know, yeah, like what's a funny thing? Oh, Secret Life of Pets. Oh, well, pets do funny things. We see it all the time on YouTube. So let's do a whole movie on that concept. Let's do a second movie on that
Kids like
concept.
Minions.
Yeah.
But do you know who would have been good for this, I think? Back in the day, during the 90s, in what I consider their prime, Mainframe. If they had like full reign on like Mario, I think they did plan on making a feature film but they never got round to it, sadly. But if they had full reign on the Mario movie, I think it would have been great. That was around the time of Super Mario 64 as well, so that would have been... But I guess they probably wouldn't have done it at the time because of the 1993 Bob Hoskins movie, so... Yeah.
They could have made it really zangy and creative, because they're kind of like really good at the old sort of visuals that you would see in like a PlayStation 1 cutscene, or like, you know, like just kind of retro visuals in 3D environments. Like you could see it a lot in Reboot, so it would have been quite nice to see just, you know... That's what I really want from a Mario movie, because I was playing Super Mario Galaxy last night, would you believe? I didn't watch the movie, but I did play Super Mario Galaxy, and one of the things that sort of stuck out to me is that everything is so vivid and creative and lively. There's a playfulness to everything about Mario. One of the things I love about Mario is that it's just absolutely beyond my imagination. I couldn't dream up any the things that come up in those games, honestly. Which is like, I think it could translate massively well into a movie, you know? Like, but I think it's a perfect opportunity for animators and artists to do something really wild. You know, you've got this crazy concept of a plumber like traveling across all these worlds and stuff like that, and all these characters. You know, I just think that it's a missed opportunity. If we're gonna do it as Euan says and play it safe, then that's a missed opportunity. I think.
This is the problem of like the kind of culture that we have at the moment, where like, you know, I was seeing a lot of, you know, kind of friends of mine who are in the voice acting community and things like that, being really frustrated by this casting choice, because they're all celebrity voice, you know, or they're all celebrity actors.
I spoke about this briefly in the 9 episode. Is I don't like this kind of like whole stunt casting. I think it started with Robin Williams as the genie. That was such a hit that it became the thing to just cast like big name celebrities slash actors in these voices rather than getting accomplished voice actors for the parts. I kind of get that with this. And as insane as the cast is, I do kind of feel maybe the official voice actors would be better, but of course they're not as marketable as getting these big names, which is sad.
I get what you're both saying 100%, but I do really, really like Jack Black as a casting for Bowser. Like, I think that's almost perfect.
that was the best one.
Yeah. I don't know. I am admittedly a bit biased because I am a Jack Black fan and I follow him on Instagram and everything, and he's just such a fun guy. Like, honestly.
Then they've also got Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
Not sure about that.
It's weird. I don't understand that.
That's
there's
yeah.
Chris Pratt and Seth Rogen. I don't understand the casting decision. I like Anya Taylor-Joy. I think she's a cool actress. I do not know why she's in this film. Like, why not just get the original Princess Peach voice actress? Like, she does a pretty good job. You know, it's weird. I don't understand the logic of celebrity casting because it doesn't improve.
It's like,
the actual
here's
film.
Katy
It's
Perry as
just
the
the
Smurf.
marketing.
Yeah.
I'm watching some anime series at the moment, and like they're all, I don't know, I guess they're all famous in Japan, but like that's the thing though, they presumably these voice actors became famous because they were on a famous show. And that's the thing, we never allow new actors to pop up. It always has to be someone we already know about, or they have to be someone who's like, I don't know, like the child of someone famous, or it's just, there's a lot of that now. And
Mamma mia, they could have hired me.
yeah.
One shoot I think could have been good for this movie would have been Pixar, but I don't want them to make this movie because it risks Mario being absorbed into Disney, and no one wants that.
I mean, I wouldn't mind the same studio that made Meet the Mitchells and Spider-Verse to get on this. That would have been pretty solid, I think.
Nintendo aren't going to let Sony anywhere near Mario.
That's a good point. I didn't think of that. Oh, yeah. That sucks.
Yeah, Illumination was a safe choice for Nintendo. Like,
yeah.
Well, I think Miyamoto is co-producing this, but I'm not sure how hands-on he's going to be.
He seemed quite enthusiastic during the whole casting thing, but he seems enthusiastic every time he's on screen. I think he's just got that personality about him.
I mean, he
understanding
promoted
of-
Wii Music, which is the biggest mess of a game the Wii had.
Oh.
From my understanding of the original film, Nintendo were very hands-off. They just kind of let these Hollywood studios just bumble their way through it and, just supported it no matter what, which is kind of amazing considering how much of a box office bomb it was.
Yeah.
So, I think Nintendo don't really care. They know that it's not going to affect their brand anymore. Like all it's going to do is increase their their marketability, I guess. So they couldn't care less if it was good or bad as long as there's just a Mario movie that they can promote for the next couple years, and then that's it. Like, they're pretty shrewd, Nintendo. Like they know that they can't really lose this. Like even if it's a bad film, whatever, everyone will forget about it in a week.
Yeah, everyone will see it anyway. Like it'll be on Netflix for kids to watch and stuff like that.
Well, at least we've got the YouTube poops of Mario and all that.
Nice of the princess to invite us over for a picnic, eh, Luigi? I hope she made lots of spaghetti.
I hope she makes lots of spaghetti.
That came from all.
Sorry.
That came from all like the cartoons like they made in the 90s, and like that. Also, Hotel Mario, which was the game made to the Flip CDI, which is overshadowed by the Zelda games from on the same console, which called such gems as. Yes, and I'm so hungry I could eat an Octorok. Nintendo, call me. I will happily voice Link. Well, Link doesn't even speak, so.
I'm sorry, Link. I cannot give credit. Come back when you're a bit more richer.
Well, excuse me, princess. Same cast, but trepidatious because of Illumination's track record.
Yeah.
They should resurrect Dennis Hopper and Bob Hoskins to reprise their roles as Mario and Bowser. They will hate it, and it would be amusing. So they should do that.
All right. On that note,
yeah. Thank you for listening. Yeah, a couple days ago at the time we're recording this as well, we released a new episode of a full episode talking about She-Ra. If you want to check that out, please do. It was a lot of fun to discuss She-Ra. And also stay tuned for, we'll be slowly again starting up the YouTube videos. And also stay tuned for our Resident Evil episode, which should be with you by the end of this month, ready for Halloween!
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. Woohoo!
Here we go!